What's going on, guys? LUNATEK CC here. There's a Castle Clash YouTuber called Count Jinsula Gaming. If you're not already subscribed to him, I highly recommend you go and check his channel out and subscribe to him. He's a very good Castle Clash YouTuber. And he's recently brought out a couple of good videos, asking some good questions about the game. And I thought I'd do like a response video, kind of give my perspective and answers to his questions. I'll leave links below to both the videos in the description. Highly recommend you go and check those videos out. The first video asked the question, is there too much to do now in Castle Clash? Have we got too many game modes and is it becoming overwhelming? One of the good points that was brought up is the fact that, a lot of the game modes aren't unlocked right at the start. You've got to increase your might, so that's an important part to take note of. For newer players, it's a progression thing, so they get to kind of like learn as they go along and unlock things. It's not like everything's chucked to them all at once kind of thing. But for, a lot of us who have already unlocked everything, I'm at 249,000 might, so all the game modes are unlocked. And if you're in a guild which is doing all the event, there are quite a lot of game modes to, keep on top of. So I'll go through like exactly all the game modes we need to be keeping on top of. And the kind of things you got to be doing daily. So first of all, every day, first you got to do your daily rewards and your sign-in events, check the bazaar and all that. That takes up some of your time, collect your rewards if there's like torch to collect and things like that. Then you got your quests, you want to be doing minimum 2 a day. If you got time to use quest refresh cards, you could end up doing 3 or 4 or whatever. And you got like your sweeps and your hero trials, expeditions, lost realms, arena. Then you got to keep on top of your mesa lavas or whatever, your wretched gorge or infernal summit. There's kind of like 8 categories of things to kind of keep on top of daily. So there's plenty to do in the game. There's a lot of content in this game, no doubt about it. And then on your absolute busiest day, on top of that, you got Labyrinth, Guild Wars, a Fortress Feud to do, and Castle Crisis. So in total, you can have around about 12 or 13 game modes to keep on top of. So there's definitely a lot of stuff to do in Castle Clash. There's no doubt about it. My honest answer to it is no. I don't think there's too many game modes right now. I think the game could still have quite a few more game modes. Do you know what I mean? There's no problem with that at all. The problem is, like a lot of people, this is the issue a lot of people got. Most people, after a while, they end up with a couple of accounts. Do you know what I mean? At least 2 accounts. I know a lot of people got like 3 or 4 accounts, right? Me personally, I got 4 accounts. And at times, yeah, it does get overwhelming keeping on top of everything, especially the day like Guild Wars. I probably won't do most of my expeditions on 2 of my backup accounts. I'll certainly be letting Mesa run full. But so the answer is, are there too many game modes? No, I don't think for one single account there's too many game modes. I think the game could actually benefit from having a couple more game modes brought out. The more content, the better the game gets. There's no doubt about it. It's just, if you're at that stage where, like me, you've started quite a few accounts and every update, updates in the future have brought new stuff in, you might be getting overwhelmed. And I do kind of get overwhelmed a little bit, So that's just my personal issue, basically. Yeah, so and then the second question you asked was how long will Castle Clash last, right? I think that's an interesting question, it's a dangerous question. You don't want to be putting people off, with the game by saying you don't think it's going to last much longer. My honest answer to that is, how long will the game last? Well, for a start, my personal experience with it from, I'm a guild leader, I'm always searching for people, I'm always seeing new players joining, I'm always seeing low mighters looking for new guilds all the time, broadcast is always busy. I forgot about Squad Showdown, didn't I? Well, that's another game mode as well, Squad Showdown, when that's open as well. Squad Showdown doesn't take long to find matches, arena's always active. So the game is still very active, there's still a lot of people playing it. Do you know what I mean? You look at the rankings, it goes up to, what's that, rank 1 million, and that's 16k might. So, it goes to show there's still a lot of people playing this game, regularly and everything. I think you need to then look at the PC version, the Facebook version that was brought out. Basically, the PC version, the Facebook version, it didn't get updated. This last update it ever had was the Pixie, when Pixie was brought out. It still had that Orcsbane loading screen for ages, it was stuck on that for a very long time. And it's only just recently started kind of being whittled down. You know, that even that version was still going, and it was still getting new players coming in, and IGG was still keeping it alive, even though it seemed to be dying a death, basically. You know, it just wasn't as active anymore. People weren't playing it. It seemed a bit pointless. It wasn't getting updated. You know, I mean, it worked as a good recruitment tool for IGG, because, you know, if I hadn't started on Facebook, if I hadn't been on Facebook, there's no way I would have been playing this now on Android. I just wouldn't have even known about Castle Clash, you know. So, but if you look at that, like how long that kept going for, you're gonna have to see a massive drop off in play and activity in this game for it to be on the downhill, kind of, to being shut down. And there's no way I'm seeing that at all. It's always really active, you know. I mean, you look at you can check it with YouTube. I mean, look at like JT's channel. You know, I mean, he's just about to hit 100,000 subscribers. He's still gaining subscribers, like, do you know what I mean? So, how long will the game last? My answer to that, I think indefinitely, until we see a drop off and people just don't want to play it anymore. But the way IGG are doing it, updating it all the time, keeping it fresh, keeping it interesting, progressing the game, making it better, you know, the way they update this game and the effort they put into it just keeps this game alive brilliantly, and it keeps attracting new players. You know, if I'd say the one mistake they made is they need to change their thumbnail in the Play Store, because they've still got a picture of Assassin. Change it to like a Skull Knight, or put a Skull Knight facing an Anubis or something cool like that. You know, change that thumbnail. That's what they need to do. So how long will Castle Clash last? I can see this lasting for a very long time. This game, I can't see it shutting down anytime soon. It's nowhere near to being dead, or on the way to being shut down. And, you know, as long as IGG are making a profit off it to the sort of levels they think it's worth sustaining and keeping the game going and updated and everything, it's going to keep going. I think, judging from the Facebook and the PC version of this, the warning signs will be when they stop updating the game. As soon as we stop seeing like regular updates come in, that's when the alarm bells will start ringing, because that game stopped getting updated, and then I think it lasted another like few years, and it's on its way out now. It's starting to get shut down on some gaming websites, and I think they're slowly trying to shut that version of it down, and encouraging people to switch to Android or iOS instead. You know, so, you know, how long will the game last? I mean, I think it's going to last a very long time. I could see it still being going strong in about 10 years time, maybe longer. It's always going to have new players coming in. We're going to be losing players. You get a lot of players that, you know, stop playing then come back to it as well. I've seen that happen a lot, just because it looks so interesting the way it's been updated. It's like a brand new game, and they come back. You know, the answer is, I think it's going to be indefinitely. It's gonna last indefinitely. I think then you've got to ask the question is, when is the danger sign? When have we got to get worried that the game's about to get shut down? We learned the lesson from the PC sort of Facebook version, you know, when they stop updating it. If we keep getting regular updates, there's not a worry. It means IGG are happy and they're going to carry on with this, you know. Yeah, my answer is I can't see Castle Clash shutting down at all at the moment. There's no warning signs at all. So, and that's what I keep hoping anyway. You know, let's hope it keeps going strong, isn't it? So yeah, guys, you know, I'm waffling on now, so I'll end it there. That's my response to Count Jinsula's questions. Go check out his videos, you know. Go subscribe to his channel as well. Alright, cheers, guys.